मोच्या दोळ्याचेर शापला रूपकार तुझो. म्हाका खरें एक बाग ते क्रिस पेरी बारी कांतार करपाक. Not everyone has got that opportunity to do it, but when he came out with this, I think it was Poilo Kiss, he came out with a music album. Kazarami zau kamka formailele Kona chane vorok zaina noshibakani.
It goes the saying, behind every successful man there is a woman.
And sometimes other men.
Certainly.
Despediru kocha
Is find your passion, whether it's music or whatever that might be. Tum sapana gofantiece e sobit sonsarantle tum fulgo tempadintle karuna madung chintele.
सार टीव्ही चॅनल पळोवपी मानेस्तांक गोयचे सृजन कार्यावळींत माये मोगाचो येवकार आनी नमस्कार. आयचे एपिसोडांत आपल्या मन भुलोवपी संगीतांतल्यान आयकुप्यांनी मनां जिखून घेतलेली मानेस्त लुलूबाई फॉर्तीस आनी मानेस्त ओमार बाब लोयोला पेरेरा हांकां आमी आयज तुमचे भेटेक हाडल्यात. मॅम लुलू आनी सर ओमार, तुमकां आमचे कार्यावळींत उनुनीत येवकार आनी नमस्कार.
देव बरें करूं.
We are delighted to have you amidst us on this episode.
Pleasure.
दोग जाणा संगीतकार आमचे एपिसोडांत आसा म्हणटकीर आमच्या एपिसोडाची सुरवात संगीतांतल्यानूच जावंक जाय अशें म्हाका दिसता.
करूया.
Okay.
पिक्चराचे रिलीज बोगलेक आसा.
वय
क्लाउडिया.
वय
सो ओमार क्लाउडिया नो. Claudia mogacha urbe vorichu asamoso. Claudia nismocha doळ्याचेर शापला रूपकार तुझो. Claudia kazania mogaco petona sauzo. Claudia mogamco mataro sauneso.
Wow, I would listen to this all day long. लुलूबाई, तुमच्या गांवपांतल्यान तुम्ही तुमचे नाव व्हड केलां आनी दोर एकट्याच्या वोंटाचेर तें घोळटा. तुमचो जल्म आनी भुरगेपणायले दीस खंय सारले?
हांव जल्मल्या म्हापसा, कित्याक हांव कालांगूटचें. जायतो लोक म्हणटा तूं नॉर्थाचें, तांकां दिसता हांव सावथाचें म्हणून. काजार जालें हांव सावथान. सो आय एम फ्रॉम कालांगूट बट मॅरीड इन ओर्लीम. माय हजबंड इज फ्रॉम ओर्लीम. सो हांवें तें आख्खें गोंय कावर केलां दिसता न्ही.
वय
नॉर्थ ते सावथ.
वय बरी पयस पावली.
आनी सुरवातेक आमचो कॉयर आसलो, खोबरावाडो कॉयर आसतालो. सो म्हाजी माय कांतार करताली. सो हांव तिचे फाटाफाट तूं नको शेंपडो हांव आसताली तेजे बरोबर. मागीर स्लोली कॉयरान जॉयन जालें आनी आमचो कॉयर धाकटो तो. आनीक करून करून मागीर इस्कलान कांतारां करतालीं हांव. सो आनी हेर भुरगीं सदां म्हणटालीं वी आर नॉट टेकिंग पार्ट इन द कॉम्पिटिशन, दे आर क्लास इज गोइंग टू वीन. So but that's how, like, you know, it slowly happened. And kota magir शिकप इस्कलान काबार जालें आनी हांव मागीर फुडलें शिकप करता आसतना म्हाजे क्लासमेट आहले ते एक दीस येयले आनी म्हणूंक लागले लोयला देर इज म्हजें नांव एक्चुली लोयला आनी म्हाका इमिलियान दे क्रूज तेणेन म्हाका क्रिजून गेलें लुलू काज जावचे पयलीं तें सो इट बिकेम लुलू everyone knew me as Lulu. And then she came to my house and she said there's a vacancy for a singer in Fort Aguada with Emiliano. So I asked my mother, so she said like you go try and see. And then tu jana transport bin nahlo. So I went for the audition. 2-3 kantara korung laili maka Emilianan. Mutli hain ti. तो म्हणूंक लागलो can you join tomorrow? म्हाका येयलो shock. I said tomorrow? So they yeah, please come from tomorrow to sing. आनी होरे म्हणल्यार तेन्ना न्हू that was in 83 when I joined at the Fort Aguada and Emilian de Cruz. That's how it all started, from then on. And then in 1990 I got married to my husband Philip Neri Fortes. So, and he was also playing in the band. Yeah, so that's how it clicked, it happened. And then from 1990 we shifted down south and we started playing at the Ramada. The opening of Ramada happened and they had heard of us, so they called us and they said the Advanis, they said if you can come and audition and all. So we went and Emilian's brother came with us to audition, and from then on we've been south. Done all the hotels, I mean all the major hotels in the south. I used to play shows every day. We had a trio, we had a band, and like it's been happening. Blessed.
Yes. Omar Bab, we have not heard much of your childhood days. तुम्ही तुमच्या कष्टांनी आणि बोळांचेर तुमची स्वताची आयडेंटिटी केल्याच. What were your other activities during your childhood?
I can't mention all the activities during
There'll be some naughty ones.
But I started with my music when I was 7 years old. And my uncle gave me my first guitar. And it was a nice little tiny one, but perfectly tuned, and I could actually play chords and things like that. So he taught me my first few chords.
Just let me interrupt your priest uncle, right?
My priest uncle, yes.
Amazing musician.
And yeah, he's a brilliant musician, still my mentor.
Yeah.
And my guide, my biggest fan and harshest critic. So the world calls him Father Loiola.
Yeah.
I call him Padri. So I started at the age of 7, and at first it was just normal, play whatever, accompany people singing here and there.
Jema.
Barikche. But then I started getting more involved. We used to stay in Margao. So igodzin bhi वाजयतालो. So आमचो Grace Youth आशिल्लो. Grace Youth वाजयतालो. So that's where my love for choral music started, and for harmonies and voices and things like that. So yeah, I used to go to Loyola High School. So in Loyola's, all our class activities and things like that, वाजयतालो. And then eventually Chogle College and then St. Xavier's College in Mapsa. But along the way we started, when I reached Chogle College, we were a whole bunch of friends. So then I thought, let me start a choir with these people. So there was an opportunity to go for the Goa hymn singing competition. So, and we started rehearsing. We started, trying out some songs and things like that. And Geleami, hymn singing, jiggling. So then we thought,
that was the booster.
Booster. then we decided to stay on as a choir. And that choir was called Juventus.
Amazing.
And so the next year we went again. Again we won. And so then on we started doing other things. So we used to do all kinds of music. We used to do church music, we used to do folk music, we used to do some jazz, we used to do some semi-classical, we used to do, all kinds of music. And we had the good fortune to perform in a number of places. We used to put up our own productions. But also apart from that, we did a few corporate events, we did a few VIP
welcomes,
VIP welcomes and things like that. And and that choir for that time it did a lot of things that were unheard of. I mean, we even did a New Year show. Can you imagine a choir doing a New Year show at the Taj in Singeri?
Fort
Aguado. So we were doing all kinds of things that were completely different to what one would expect from a choir. So that was most of my growing up years.
And I still remember the amazing show you all had put up at Gomant Vidya Niketan.
Those were, we did.
Amazing. Amazing.
So we used to do,
I was so in love with it, seriously.
Yeah, we used to do a few productions here and there of our own.
And there was no looking back ever since then?
No, definitely not. There was no point.
लुलूबाई, गोंयकार संगीतकारांच्या शिवाय तुमकां आनी खंयचें संगीत गावंक आवडटा?
खरें म्हटल्यार हॉटेलांनी कांतारां करून like I had the opportunity to learn to sing in different languages. Like initially there were lots of Germans coming into Goa, so I learned to sing a German song. Then we had Russians, so I learned to sing in Russian. Then Italians, little bit of Spanish, and now आमचे म्हणटा कोंकणी, English, Portuguese, Marathi जाल्यार तितली करूंक ना खरें म्हटल्यार.
There's still scope to do
different, yes, of course, why not? Little bit, yeah. Like I still remember 1, 2, 3 lines of Marathi maybe. But singing for dignitaries and people coming from various parts of the world prompted me to learn songs in different languages. So that was very good for me.
ओमार बाब, तुमच्या गिटाराचो प्रवास 7 वर्सांच्यान सुरू जालो. गोंयांत आनी विदेशांत म्युझिकाची भोंवडी केल्ल्या विशीं आमच्या पळोवप्यांक बारीकसाणीन सांगशात?
See, I had the blessed opportunities of performing not just in Goa and also rest of India, but in a number of places overseas as well. So I've performed right from in Australia, of course. I lived in Australia for many years, in moving up in Hong Kong, Macau, in Italy, in the UK, in Portugal. So it's been a very fortunate journey. In various capacities, not just on my own, but in various capacities, accompanying various artists, and also with as me as part of groups, and also with our ensemble entourage. So we've been blessed to have traveled a bit.
Yes, indeed. लुलूबाई, तुमचो संगीताचो वेवसायीक प्रवास खंयच्या वर्साक आनी खंयच्या पंगडांतल्यान सुरू जालो?
आशा आमचो
होय.
और पयले हांवें तुका सांगला इमिलियाना बारी स्टार्ट केलेलें till from 83 till 89 I was with Emilian, and then we got married, and then from 90 August of 1990 in August, I remember, we started at Ramada. There we started as a trio, and आमी आमच्या ट्रायोक नांव दवरलें compañeros. Okay, and then आमी तितूंतल्यानूच बँड स्टार्ट केले. माझे हजबंडान आनी हांवें बँड स्टार्ट केले, तें compañeros नांवाचें, आनी तितून आमचे कडेन ब्लोइंग्स आसताले. We used to have Feli and Franskin, they used to do the blowings like trombone, saxophone, trumpet. अजून हरे म्हटल्यार न्हू ब्लोईंग जालेत म्हणून म्हाका जिवाक कितें जाता हरे I still that this is there like because I have sung with good blowers from Goa, seriously good blowers from Goa. Not that now, I mean it's so heartening, it feels so good to see that we are having a lot of the young ones who are coming to playing blowing instruments. Very good, it's really a blessing actually. But so that's how then we had compañeros, and then korun like magir hotelani inga tinga shows bailega ani ba shows keल्या आमी गाल्फाक चड shows केल्या आनीक मागीर from 19 I think years become a bit of a jumble for me. We rechristened our group into rhythm and blues. Okay, I forgot the year. I think I told you.
2001.
2001. 2001 we were still compañeros when we formed the group, and in 2002 we got christened as rhythm and blues. So ever since then it was rhythm and blues for many years, and we played for like lot of events, like major events, and lots of, now we say corporates, like, but that time it was hotel and show hare, so like now it's become like more corporate shows.
Yeah.
But that time it was, hotel show, like it would be. And then for the major dances in all over Goa, we performed. That used to happen for carnival time, New Year's, and so it was. And I'm fortunate and blessed also to be having my husband who's a bassist, a guitarist. So we also had the first Goan folk troupe in the south. Ours was the first. And then we had many other folk troupes starting. So because the hotel demanded. So Philip said, like, why not? I can start a folk troupe. So we got one of our friends from the north who was in a folk troupe in the north, a very popular one. So she came and she trained some of our girls and boys, and we had our folk troupe also. Yeah, for quite a good number of years. Yeah, and then slowly started winding down.
गावपांतल्यान आनी गिटारांतल्यान तुमी नुमेरो उनोची वाट ताणटा. तुमी तुमचो वेवसायीक प्रवास केन्ना सुरू केलो?
See, my professional innings with music started 10 years ago. I've always been a musician. I've always considered myself a musician. In fact, I went to Australia to do music, and I did. I did some courses in music and things like that. But I couldn't actually do much of my music over there. My type of music. I used to perform every weekend. I used to perform. पूण तें मातशें दुसरें भाशेन. My music was something that I was missing. My music was something that I needed to do properly. So when we moved back 10 years ago, we then I got into music professionally. So जालें 10 वर्सां जालीं.
तुमच्या तरणाट्या पिरायेर तुमी युवेंटस हो क्वायर ग्रूप घडोवन हाडलो. त्या उपरांत तुमी विदेशाची वाट धरली. थंयसर सुमार कितलीं वर्सां तुमी आसले?
ऑस्ट्रेलियान 15 वर्सां काडलीं.
Oh, 15, huh?
What made you come back to the roots?
The roots made me come back to the roots. See, I believe in the saying, bloom where you're sown.
So true.
So these are my roots. In this room is where my music began. In this very room is where my music began. And so I also, I wanted to come back to be with my parents, with my family. When my daughter was born, I wanted her to grow up here instead of in Australia. So when she was about 7 or 8 months old, we moved back. And so then I took music professionally, but it took a while. So 15 years I was in Australia. But life here is good. We are very, very glad that we came back. Lots of frustrations, lots of challenges, but never any regret.
And not a dull moment.
Never a doubt.
तुम्ही गोंयांत रावन तुमचो फुडार आनी करियर घडयलो. सलाम तुमकां. Any regrets of being in Goa and that too being in the music industry?
खरें म्हणल्यार ना, पूण मोदी मातशें ट्राय केलेलें आमी दुबय वचपाक. Because my family, my sisters and brother and all, they were in Dubai, so they were saying like, come and work there and all. So Philip went, and he also is a proper Goan. So nah. And he apparently then he tells us, I used to pray, son, that your visa doesn't come through.
देवान गोडे तांचे ऐकले जावे.
देवान ऐकले. पण no regrets at all. And I always say we are really blessed. Like आमी आमचो खरेंच संसार केला. Being in the music industry. Like I'm a trained teacher, I've done my D.Ed, so I had started teaching. I stopped that because of singing. I've done a lot. I'm a professional hairdresser. Oh. I had a salon. I stopped that because then the children came in and then, then singing. So it got a little too much. Then I stuck on to singing. And I'm happy.
What a blessing that has been for us.
Indeed. तुम्ही गोंयांत परतवल्या खातीर तुमचे बरे मागपी खुशाल जाल्यात आनी म्हाका दिसता मॅडम लुलू वूड सेकंड दिस.
I'm 100%.
तुमचे फुडाराक कितें म्युझिक इंडस्ट्रींतूच कितें नवें घडोवन हाडपाचें तुमी चिंतलां? What are your future plans?
See, plans there are plenty. We've got plans of albums both with Entrenage, which is a ensemble, with Aradon, which is my choir. But also what we want to do is try Goan music in a different way. I won't give out too many details.
Yeah, exactly.
Of what I mean by that, but that's one of my plans is to try and kind of take a different perspective on older Goan music. There's lots of great music now in Goa. See, there was a time where you had you had Chris Perry, you had Alfred Rose, and all these composers, so many composers. They had a great amount of music and fantastic music. And then there was a bit of a lull.
Yes.
And there was nothing, although there were things coming out, there was nothing significant. And all of a sudden, now in the last few years, you see this new wave of music coming, and it's wonderful music again. It's music that's infectious. It's music that that's grabbing the attention of everyone. It's imaginative, it's original, and it's Goan.
And it's so good to see the youngsters doing it. I'm telling you. Really hats off to these youngsters that are coming up,
Wonderfully
really,
wonderfully so.
Really.
So that is a great great event in the music timeline in Goa. But then what has happened is, perhaps except for Chris Perry and to a certain extent Alfred Rose, see, all the other composers have been forgotten a little bit. You don't hear their music that much. So one of my plans is to kind of not just bring out that music, but do it in a bit of a different way. So yeah, and then of course we have to also go by the industry and see what works and what doesn't work and things like that. So sometimes you've got fixed plans, and your fixed plans end up being insignificant because there's no future. And so you've got to change direction. So
it's like what appeals to the audience, basically.
Yes, but at the same time, very often the audience is looking to be surprised. The audience
Yes.
is looking to be given something fresh and something new. So it's a bit of both. It's a balance of both. So yeah, देवा पाव म्हणपाचें.
जातलें.
स्वर्गेस क्रिस पेरी हांचें संगीत संवसाराच्या चारूय कोनशांनी आयज मेरेन गाजता. तांच्या सावळेंत वावरून तुमच्या वांट्याक आयलोले अणभव सांगचे, तांचे ब्रॉडवे म्युजिकल सांकिस्तांव धरून मेरेन.
होय, म्हाका खरें एक बाग ते क्रिस पेरी बारी कांतार करपाक. Not everyone has got that opportunity to do it, but when he came out with this, I think it was Poilo Kiss, he came out with a music album. In that also he wrote special song borele tenen maje goakan maka sutverati म्हणून. So that song was one of the, and Kuttade Sobukul, these two songs I sang under him. And then मागीर तेणेन actually चिंतलेलें all the old songs पोत्ती revive करपाक. So तेणें म्युजीक मातशें चेंज केलेलें आनी ती तूं म्हणूंक लागलो तूं लिशबो जातेलें बाय तुजे कडेन करूंक म्हणूंक लागलो. I said हांव ट्राय करता. So when I sang that ad-lib part, he liked it so much that he actually was to record, but then there was some little problems and that thing didn't happen. But the music was a total flip over. He had done a total flip over with the music. Like he would play the song, एक आता रुईच्याचं सांग 10,000 दिता म्हणटालो. You would never guess which song it was. But so sad that album never happened. But working under him was something. You know, what I used to really be amazed at is, like, I'm sure even Omar, you must have done it. But at that time, for me to see him do it, you know, he would like, okay, you do it. Oh, no. He would tell you come here, you come. So you go by. Something is to mumble something. And by Tinga was and I said, that's Mona. And then he used to just get us together, no? And like a glove, yeah, oh God, I get shivers. I get goosebumps when I still think of it, you know. At the recording, it would just happen. Amazing. I mean, he was a genius, really a genius. And they say that he was totally self-taught, no? Chris Perry was totally self-taught. His brother helped, though, but that's what.
ताचेरूच सोटवेरातीक हें गीत आमच्या आयकुप्यांक आनी पळोवप्यांक गावन दाखोवशी.
बरो तेम जालो मरे म्हणोंक ना. Okay, I'll sing just the chorus, but I hope I remember the lyrics, because hore म्हणल्यार हांव ते जबरशें म्हणोंक वचो ना. आतां पॉप्युलर जाला पळय ते दोगांय तूं आनी हांव. But anyway. Nevan mista sotveratik mukar boroilele Kazarami zau kamka formailele Kona chane vorok zaina noshivat nirmilele Moganami sarche jivitulele
Thank you. मानेस्त पळोवप्यांनो, एक लहानशा विसवा उपरांत आमी रोखडीच तुमच्या भेटेक परत येतलीं.
Claudia, after successfully screened at 56th International Film Festival of India as a world premiere, now releasing on 19 December 2025 all over Goa.
Claudia, mogacia, urbi buri jiva samoso. Claudia, mismo já, doleaci șapla rucatuso.
Releasing across Goa at Panjim, Porvorim, Margao, Vasco, Ponda, Bicholim.
Claudia, ujaždja. Mogam somata rozavne zovu.
Do watch Claudia, a film by Rajendra Talak.
आमच्या पळोवप्यांक गोंयचे सृजन कार्यावळींत आनीक एक पावट येवकार. तुमच्या युट्यूबावेली एंत्रेनॉश म्हज्या आनी म्हज्या घरच्यांचे आवडीची हो पंगड तुमी कसो आनी केन्ना सुरू केलो आनी म्हाका दिसता तें पुर्तुगेज उतर म्हणटकीर हाचो अर्थ.
So entrepreneurs म्हळ्यार amongst us, between us, आमच्या मध्ये. So we started off as a trio with Selvan Menezes, violinist, Nadir Rebello, vocalist, and me on vocals and guitar. And so I was looking for a name that would also reflect that intimacy that the trio had. And NOS happened to be also the initials of our names, Nadia, Omar and Selvan. So someone pointed out that.
Yeah.
But that then gave me an idea that Entrepreneurs would actually would tick that box that I was looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so that's how we came by the name Entrepreneurs. I wasn't looking for a Portuguese name. Coincidentally zale. So Entrepreneurs म्हणजे नाव उरला आमकां. My entrepreneurs, we started around 2017, 2018, around that time. 2018, 19, around that time. But मागीर रोखडें हें जालें आमचो कोवीड जालो.
Yeah.
सगळें बंद जालें. आमचे सगळे शो आशिल्ले तितले बंद जाले. आमचे सगळ्यांचे.
Yeah.
But then that gave us time to think about what we really wanted to do and how we wanted to do it, and to do something different again, because my mission is to always see if we can do something differently. So that's when, with another friend of mine, we started this platform called Sounds from Goa. And through Sounds from Goa, we started doing then home concerts, heritage home concerts, concerts of Goan traditional music, dance, food. In fact, we have it in this hall. They're very intimate concerts. So that started, those ideas, they came during COVID. So मागीर ते सगळे video बी घातले ते YouTubeचेर. All that started happening as soon as COVID started dying down. We started working on that. So आमचे ते सगळे video घातले. And then every once in a while we still put up some videos. We still put up some music here and there. So yeah, पण आमचे जायते हेरिटेज कॉन्सर्ट्स म्हण जातात. पण त्याच्या भायर प्रायवेट पार्टीज वॉट्सान काजारां चड न्ही, धाकटीं काजारां, नॉट द बिग वन्स, बट यो मायलस्टोन बर्थडेज आनी कितें तसले यो प्रायवेट
Special occasions,
special occasions and things like that. So those kinds of events. some corporate events and things like that. And these concerts we do in a number of settings. So yeah, so then that's what Entre Nós then evolved into.
Your family has been a family of enthusiastic musicians.
To a certain extent. So my parents used to sing in choirs and things like that. My mother was a singer actually. She used to sing commercially before she got married. Then of course after she and my aunt, the two sisters, they used to sing quite often. They used to sing on the radio. They used to sing for shows and things like that. But that was in Panjim because my mother's from Panjim. But then after she got married, like
Down
Lulu,
south.
she came from the north down south, and so her singing took a break.
Yeah.
But my uncle, Father Loiola, he is a musician, he is an arranger, he is a composer, he is a director.
Amazing.
And so he then got me into music. So yeah, and then when I started my choir Juventus, I got my brother and my sister also involved, and so that way most of us have been somehow connected to music. Now I get my daughter also to sing in the choir. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
As far as my knowledge concerns, म्हाका दिसता तुमचो एक choir पंगडूय आसा. कारण भगवंत फ्रांसीस शावेराचे पवित्र दाखोवणे वेळार तुम्ही एक इम्प्रेसिव्ह क्वायर घडोवन हाडलेलो.
right. दोन choir आसात. एक choir Aradon. Aradon is only sacred music. दूसरा choir आसा तो Invox. Invox does everything else. Yeah. So there are the two vocal ensembles.
स्वर्गेस क्रिस पेरी हांच्या मरणा उपरांत क्रिस पेरी अ ट्रिब्यूट ही सीडी तुम्ही मुद्रित केल्ली आणि ते सीडींतल्यानूच करचें अशें कोणाक दिसलें?
आमचे सगळे म्युझिशन्स म्हणले आशा म्हजे गो म्हणूंक लागलो लायक लेट्स कम आउट विथ सम सॉंग्स नॉट द कॉमन वन्स लायक इफ यू गो टू सी बेबदो कलंगो ते सगळे कॉमन जालेले चड कॉमन जालेले सो तो म्हणूंक लागले वील डू सॉंग्स दॅट आर अनहर्ड ऑफ मीन्स नॉट व्हेरी पॉप्युलर बट क्रिस पेरी सॉंग्स सो तेका लागून ती सीडी जाली आमची आनी हय तेजेर आमी वेरी डिफरंट वी डीड डिफरंट सॉंग्स जायती हेणेन पतेन गायलेली आमचे उषा उत्तप शी वॉज उषा आयर वेन शी सिंग विथ क्रिस पेरी सो तेणेन गायलेली पळय ती पतेन थोडी कांतारां आमी ह्या सीडीन घातली.
Given that retro styles remain perennially popular among the people, and when you give a new musical taste to people, there is always sort of hesitance on behalf of people and they're not really ready to accept it. So as an artist, how would one really try to balance the equilibrium between giving new music and where the audience is constantly asking for the old hits?
see, it's never a one size fits all.
Yeah.
So what happens is we have to go by very often by the feel of the audience, by the type of event that we are performing for. So that in itself gives us an idea of what the audience is going to be like. So for example, an 80th birthday party is going to be a bit different from, let's say, a 50th birthday party.
True.
Yeah. So for an 80th birthday party, the music will be of one type. A 50th birthday party music will be of a different type. If we are doing, let's say, a show in a restaurant or something like that, then you have all kinds of crowds. You'll have families, right from the old to the young. So we have to then play it by ear and choose the music according to the audience that we have. So we have to have a bit of a variety. So that's why I said it's not a one size fits all. We have to work it out based on who's in front of us
Yes.
and how.
You have to basically judge the crowd.
Yes,
I mean, you have to see like
read the room.
Read the room. Yes, yes. And my husband used to do that for the band also. And I mean, always like I mean, Like I'll be belting the songs, but he says the next song is which song.
Yeah.
It's that way.
तुमकां चडशे इंग्लीश गितांतल्यान आयकलां. आयज कोंकणी गितांतल्यान आमच्या आयकुप्यां खातीर आनी पळोवप्यां खातीर एक गीत गावन दाखोवशात?
करूया ना म्हणून हे गीत मंगलोरची द मंगलोरियन सॉन्ग sung by Hemant Kumar and Helen de Cruz. Sapana gofantiece e sobito sonsarantle tum fulgo dembagintle karuna madung chintle tum sapana gofantiece e sobito sonsarantle tum fulgo dembagintle काढून माडून चिंतले कितलो सोबीतो संसार मेळो तो तुजो संगात उदेलीन तारांती मोडबार उजवाड बोरला काळजा तूं सपोन गोफांत येचे ह्या सोबीत संसारांतले तूं फुलगो तेंपागितले काडून माडून चिंतले काडून माडून चिंतले काडून माडून चिंतले.
कांयच वेळा भितर मंगळुराची भोंवडी करून आयिल्ल्याचो अणभव आयलो. As a woman, you have played multiple roles. आनी हे सगळें करता आसतना दर एकट्याच्या जिवितांत खुबशीं आव्हानां चॅलेंजीस येत आसतात. तर ह्या आव्हानाक तुमी फुडो कसो दीत वेतात?
माझ्यान म्हणूंक जाता म्हाका आय ऑलवेज से आय एम नॉट अ व्हेरी होली पर्सन, आय एम पर्सन विथ मोर होल्स एक्चुअली. बट आय ऑलवेज से आय एम ब्लेस्ड. लायक आमी काजा जाले तेन्ना गोवाघारा रावताले आनीक आमची फामील ओडली, फोर्टिसांची फामील होरेच ओडली. सो म्हाका ते केन्ना फील जावंक ना बायक घरा दवरून वचोंक पडटा शोज करूंक बा केन्नाच म्हाज्या गोच्च्यांनी म्हाज्या फामिलीन म्हाका केन्ना सोडूंक ना केन्नाच. आनी हांव सदां उपकारी तांकां कित्याक ल्हान आसतना धाकले बायक घरा कडेन दवरून आमी शोज भायल्या गांवांनी पुतेन गेलेलीं आहा. ते ल्हान आसतना ती दोगांय आमची. मागीर आमी घर शिफ्ट केला तेन्ना दुसरे कडेन रावंक लागले तेन्ना म्हाजी माय आहली म्हाजी बरी. सो यू नो समहाव आय मॅनेज्ड. Yeah, but then you have to. I mean, and as a woman, I think so we are more apt to doing many things at one time, right? And because like even just the other day, another friend is saying, Lulu ek aisa like comic. She used to come to the studio for some recording, and when she didn't have to do anything, ते बस तिंगा crochet कोत्ताले. अजूनही कोत्ता.
आनी म्हाका दिसता फोन केल्लो तेवूय दिसाक तुवें तेंच सांगलेले.
Crochet कोत्ताले. In fact, I've done some Christmas decor crochet this time. Yeah.
Who has been very supportive to you in your musical journey?
See, it's been a journey. So it's had different stages. And at different stages, I've had different people supporting me. To start with, like I said, I am a musician because of my uncle, because of Father Loiola. He got me into music. He got me going. He taught me my first few chords and things like that. And then I started kind of teaching myself in a way. My parents were the biggest supporters of what I've wanted to do for all that time till I went to Australia. They supported my whole move to Australia. They supported me being in Australia to do my music. Then of course I started looking after myself. And then after that it was my wife who supported me, who took on the role of making things work while I was caught up with my music. And what I didn't realize is when I turned into a music professional, I became a workaholic, an absolute workaholic. I was completely caught up with all my music projects. And I would just not have been able to do that without her being the bedrock of the household, you know. She gave me that freedom, and she gave me that, how should I say, that liberty to do what I had to do. And now it's my daughter that's become my cheerleader. So like I say, at different stages, it's been different people who've supported me, and I can't say that one was a bigger support than the other. I think they all were the support that I needed at that time. Yeah. So all of them have been significant supports, without which I probably would not have been this way today.
Hence goes the saying, behind every successful man there is a woman.
And sometimes other men.
Certainly.
Like even for me, even though we shifted residence, like any given time, I just have to tell them, for any damn thing, I can fall back on my family. I mean, my husband's family is always, my family is more in the north, so like it's just been my husband's family, and they're amazing. I'm blessed to have them, seriously.
चलत्या म्हयन्याच्या 19 डिसेंबराक क्लाउडिया नावाची मूवी रिलीज जावची आसा राजेंद्र बाब तालक हांची, आनी तुमी गावपा शिवाय हातूंत पयलेच फावटी भुमिकेंतल्यान डेब्यू केला म्हणून सगळे कडेन गाजता. तुमी संगीतांतल्यान तर तुमचें नांव घडयलांच, आतां तुमी भुमिकेंतल्यानूय लोकांक दिसपाचे आसात. हाचे वयर तुमचो इल्लो अणभव?
तालकान म्हाका फोन केलो म्हणून लुलू, आय वॉन्ट यू इन माय मुवीज कमिंग अप, म्हाका जाय आं तूं. आय थॉट सिंगींग लायक सर, एक्टिंग म्हणनाका जा. I was too shocked. And then I don't know, but somehow it just happened, and it so happens that we are husband and wife in the movie.
Don't baila, sir.
Don't baila. But it has been an experience, no, Omar?
Absolutely.
Frankly, a lovely experience. And Mr. Talak has not left any stone unturned to do the best. Really. I mean, whatever, like even there was, for me, for the dubbing, there was a small little line that I had to do, but he took me to Bombay, got it dubbed, and you know, all that. He's really, so we're just hoping, yeah, totally. And so we're just hoping, audience, I mean, now it's in your hands. You have to do it for Claudia. But you know, I've got this question from many people. We have to clarify that. Claudia, the movie Alloli no poili.
Yeah.
I said, Baba, na, Claudia movie na Alloli. I said, Claudia Kantara Alloli. Aneklevu, Amchanoshib, no? Nirmont. From Nirmont movie, the song Claudia. I said, this is a movie called Claudia. So we want the audience, please come and watch it. 19th onwards.
तुमचो एक्सपिरियन्स कसो आसलो?
म्हजो एक्सपिरियन्स मातसो दुसरे भाशेन. So I got cast by Mr. Talak's wife, Priyanka Talak. And we happened to meet when we used to take our kids for swimming. And when we first met, I remember another friend of ours introduced us. And then we got talking and things. When she came to know I was a musician, apparently she went home and told her husband, Frank Mello. Frank Uncle Mello.
He's Frank and I'm Rita.
So that's the role that we play. Yeah. So I'm Frank and she's Rita in the movie. So she went and told him, Frank Mello. So apparently mine was I was one of the first people to be cast. You know? So, and then it was, and I didn't realize, it was earlier this year that that Mr. Talak called me and he said, there is this project, we're having this project, we'd like you to be a part and things like that.
Very casual. Same thing.
I said yes, no problem.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe,
small thing.
2-3 lines here or there appear in one scene. But turned out to be a lot more significant than that. But he gave us the freedom to be us.
Yes, very true.
He gave us the freedom to be liberal with how we delivered the dialogue, as long as we got the message across. And he gave us, he gave us the freedom to be us. So that helped immensely.
Like it was nothing rigid, like now you have to say this line has to be exactly like this or something like that. Nothing like that. He would just give you the message and you put the message across. That's what.
So which means that now you're open for any role that any director comes to you with.
As long as it's flexible.
You've already got a role, Omar. You've done something small, right? You said, right?
I ended up doing this thing in another documentary
Nice.
film, which is to be released next year, I think.
डोळे दिपकावपी वावर करूंक सोदतल्या नवे पिळगेक तुमच्या मार्गदर्शनाची 2 मोलादीक उतरां.
मोलादीक उतरां म्हणल्यार as I would say, aim high. चिंत तूं कोत्तेलें म्हणून जातलें तुजे कडेन. And practice a little bit, but my husband always tells me, Lulu, you hardly practice. But I don't know. That's what I could say. I mean, never think you're something little, or there is so much in us that sometimes we sort of draw back from bringing it out. But go ahead, do it. Sometimes you cannot do something without making mistakes. Make a mistake, but go forward and do it. And I must say, singing Konkani songs has actually made me travel many places in the world. Yes.
My advice, if I'm qualified to give advice, is find your passion, whether it's music or whatever that might be. Find your passion. Make it your livelihood, because that way you will never have had enough of it. And work with sincerity, with integrity, with ethics and professionalism.
Omar has really said it all.
Yes, summarized it entirely. आता adios करच्या वेळार तुम्ही एक आमकां मांडो गावन आनी गिटारांतल्यान दाखोवचें अशें हांव मागतां.
Adiós Kotovelu, Paulo, Emoje, Kalis Refa, Sota. Adiós Kotovelu, Paulo, Emoje, Kalis Refa Sota. Despedir o coche, velar ao sunset na canção de soltar. Despedir where all sunset na canção de soltar. Outro mostre Rorunaka Belo feliz Kotoro करतलो तुका देव फेरीश करतलो तुका.
अमेझिंग. आयकत रावशें दिसता. लुलूबाई आनी ओमार बाब, तुमच्या जिविताचो आटाप भोवूच व्हड. थोड्याशा वेळा भितर तुमी तुमचें जिवीत आमकां समरायज करून दाखयलें. येवपी दिसांनी तुमकां गणगणीत येस आवंडेता आनी तुमच्या वावराक आनिकूय उंचाय मेळची हीच आमची आशा आनी मागणी. येवपी दिसांनी तुमकां बरी भलायकी आनी येस आवंडेता.
देव बरें करूं.
देव बरें करूंक. आनी तशें आमचे काळजांतान तुमकांय देव बरें करूंक, तुज्या टिमाक आनी साल टीव्ही रायट तुमकांय देव बरें करूंक. आमकां
तुमच्या घरा बरें.
हय आमकां आपोवन तुमी आमकां इंटरव्यू घेतलो म्हणून देव बरें
इट
करूंक.
वॉज इंडीड अ प्लेजर. साल टीव्हीक तुमी तुमचो मोलादीक वेळ दिलो. साल टीव्ही कडल्यान ही तुमकां ल्हानशी मोगाची भेट.
देव बरें करूंक बाय.
देव बरें.
थँक्यू सर. मानेस्त पळोवप्यानो, आमची एपिसोड तोडीक पावन सोडल्या. अशीच आमी तुमचे भेटेक येत आसतलीं. तर चुकयनासतना पळयत रावात साल टीव्हीचे गोंयचे सृजन.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms for the latest updates and content.